Record. Hey everyone, it's Jennifer Beaumont-Whyte. Welcome to the BU interview. Today we have on our show Anne-Marie Wickham, best-selling author and master confidence coach, who's going to share with us her journey from adversity to celebrity, celebrating her life and achievements so far. Now, her topic today, what we're going to be talking about, she's going to be sharing 3 ways to get in flow for life. These are taken from her latest book, Flow from Fear to Love, which sounds really cool because I'm all about flowing and shifting from fear to love and above. Okay, if you've not met me before, my name is Jennifer Beaumont-Whyte, the founder of the Business Love Academy for soul-conscious entrepreneurs who want to shift from fear to love, become the best version of themselves, and make an impact, make money, and make the world a better place. The BE interviews were created because I believe that entrepreneurs who are being real and true to themselves are the ones who have the autonomy and freedom to share their gifts, touch people's lives, and make a real difference. Ordinary people doing extraordinary things. So welcome to our guest, Anne-Marie Wickham, a phenomenal woman, amazing, fun person. Her heart is in the right place, fun, but serious about what she's trying to achieve with her clients and for the world. And the reason why I wanted her on the show today was because she's being herself, her true self, her authentic self, doing her thing her way. She's the author of 4 best-selling books. She's a master clinical hypnotherapist and confidence coach. I don't know what's wrong with my teeth today, but we're keeping it real. And she's a confidence coach and parent and youth mentor. Her greatest passion is bringing healing and hope to those who are stuck following trauma or adversity, in particular in children, and she offers a pathway to a life renewed through empowerment of transformation. Hello, Anne-Marie. How are you doing?
Wow, that was an awesome introduction. Thank you very much. I'm doing really, really well. Lovely to see you, Jen.
Oh, lovely to see you too. I've been watching your interviews, your lives, your being out there, showing up, stepping up and doing your thing in the world on Facebook for ages. And we keep talking via Messenger and little comments on each other's posts. But this is the first time that we're really getting together to have a real in-depth conversation about what we do for the world. And I'm so happy to have you on my show, the BU interview. Could you tell us how, a little bit about your journey into entrepreneurship and what being you means to you?
So the journey into entrepreneurship, which led to me being me and really embracing me, really was I overcame a lot of adversity. I was born into social care. At the age of 2, I was in social care, and I spent my whole life navigating the care system, which was really difficult, and just keeping my head above water, not trying to get into trouble, avoiding the situations that you can imagine come up when you live in social care all your life. Mm-hmm. And I don't know how I did it. I feel there was something bigger than me within me that took me through those times, and I just managed to come out the other side still happy.
Yeah.
But yeah, amazingly, I don't know how. I think it's because I've got a memory like a fish. So like, oh, when did that happen? I don't remember
that.
Okay. But I got to the point of where, so I was 17. Imagine at 17 years old, that was it. You're finished with social care. Here's a flat. Here's 500 quid. Go and live your life.
Wow.
And that was me with no parents. A family, brothers and sisters that I barely knew because they were all placed in different places to me.
Yeah.
And I was out there in the world all by myself. Was I fearful? I was very, I think I just got on with it because there wasn't any other choice.
Yeah.
And so I just started work, my first job. Super brilliant. I remember my sister saying to me, I've got this really fantastic job that you can come and work at. You get to meet all these celebrities, you'll be in with all these people. It's really exciting. It's constantly moving. I was like, yeah, this job sounds amazing. My first job. Wow, what is it? She said, yeah, come down to London, because I was in Swanley at the time. Come down to London and I'll get you an interview. She got me an interview. I turned up at Peckham Bus Garage that morning, thinking, it doesn't look very glamorous. I said, you know, where's the glamour in this? She went, yeah, they get on your bus. You see the McDonald's in Oxford Circus. You see them everywhere. It's really good. I was like, But you know what? I have to say, it was one of the best jobs of my life, actually.
Okay.
Aside from this one, so much fun. So much fun.
Yeah. Fantastic.
And then job after job after job. And they were, you know, I didn't hold a job down for more than 2 years.
Okay.
I just couldn't. Lots of labels go with that: ADHD, bipolar, blah, 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 blah. I don't know what the reasons were. I've been given lots of labels over my life. I refuse to accept any of them, apart from the name of Anne-Marie. And I just was fumbling my way through. And it wasn't even, a couple of them I got sacked, hands up to that one. But a lot of them, I really had this, Rory Bremner said it really well the other day about adults with ADHD. What goes on inside my head? It is like Waterloo Station. There's little shops in there, and there's people going forwards and backwards, and there's trains coming in and out. And in the midst of that, I'm just watching it all going, okay, you do that, and you do that, and you do it. Because my head is constantly full of action. Going on.
So in terms of this labeling, because I'm not a fan of labeling at all.
No.
I think various people with different outlooks and perspectives on life, and some people are like you say, it's like everything's going on in there, and other people it's just like they're in a box and they just have the one box now, and and they don't give somebody a label who's like just like, okay, I'm just thinking in this box and then this box. And then this box. So why would you label somebody who's got lots of different boxes going on at the same time?
Yeah.
You know?
I think it's just we all function in different ways.
Exactly.
And we have to learn to navigate the way that we function. Some find it more difficult than others because some have got more to function than others. Yeah. And I really did find it difficult when I was young because, you know, things like, you know, you go to a party and at 12 o'clock when everyone was mashed up and drunk, and I was like, yeah, come on, party.
Exactly the same. I was exactly the same. I was thinking, what's going on with you? Especially, I'm 10 years older than my younger sister, right? And she'd been wanting to go home like at 9, 10 o'clock. And I'm just thinking, hey, okay, so where's the next place we're going to? Party till dawn, keep going, keep moving. Life is fun to be lived, you know? And it's like, well, why are you crawling away to your bed kind of thing? What's wrong with you? You know?
Definitely. And I think just the general, you know, I wake up every day. The one thing I've always done is I've woken up every day, fresh, new, fresh day. And because I have that mentality always, it's like, hi, how you doing? They go, oh, Anne-Marie, it's a bit early. Coffee. No, I don't want to have no coffee because I'm Duracell. I'm on constantly because that's what life is for. Yeah. It's not for taking breaks from, you know, go to sleep when you're tired, you know. But that got me in a lot of trouble. It lost me a lot. The other side of that is I like lots of new things all the time, you know, and I wasn't very good at holding friends because they were just monotone, and I was here as much as I was down there. Yeah. And so I'd find new friends. Everything I just kept renewing all the time. Every 2 years, get a new job, get new friends that go with that new job, and I wasn't putting down any roots. And you know, it got to a point of where I just started to feel really lonely. Okay. Lonely that I was a person that wanted to do so much, be so much, have so much, achieve so much, enjoy so much. I just wanted to do it all, and people just couldn't keep up with me, and they would get frustrated with me. I started to feel that it was me. I started to feel there's a problem with me. Okay. And I think when I started thinking like that was when it all started to go downhill. Yeah. And I just started looking at myself thinking, it's me, there's something wrong with me. And then I started listening to those labels. I go to the doctor. Yeah.
This is what happens. You get the label and you become the label. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. And then I discovered being a nursery manager, which was wonderful because they really loved me. Even though they're only up to 5, they really liked me.
Because kids are like that. When we're children, we're on it. We're like, you know, we want to do everything and touch and taste and feel and be be in the world, and then it gets beaten out of us over time. So
I really loved it. And the staff there, they used to call me Mary Poppins because I could get the kids to do anything. Wasn't always good, sorry. And and we would just have so much fun, and I love that. I just saw the transformation in them. Shy kids, quiet kids, you know. Kids, even at that age, they're so conditioned by the environment that they're in. It's quite sad to see, and I would get them through that. And I thought, I love this. I love the helping. I love the transformation. I love this giving. It makes me feel so good. And then there gets a point where you get a little bit older, and you think, I can't really be getting I'm down on my knees and crawling under things anymore as much as I used to. I'm going to start working higher. And I got to the top. I used to do that a lot, get to the top of things, and then you get bored.
Yeah.
So I got to the top of nursery management. I did early years. I was a consultant. I did all of those. I said, no, I'm not yet. You know what happens as well? You get into these institutions, large institutions, and then all of a sudden it's about function. It's not about people anymore. I'm running 90-place nurseries, and I was supposed to be it really was a glorified office manager. And what I wanted to do was be leading the staff to really understand how to communicate with children, how to get down on their level, how to ask those open-ended questions that get the best out of children. And I just wasn't being given the time. And more the staff were coming in sick. It's notorious in nursery work. Sick, because people that gravitate towards jobs where they help people is because they need to fix something in themselves.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, so I had nursery staff come in. Telling me, I was abused when I was younger, or this is happening to me, or I'm suffering domestic violence at home. All these issues the staff were coming to me with. And I was like, okay, let's deal with this. And I was dealing with it, but I didn't feel that I was being true to the children or true to the nursery practitioners. I felt frustrated. And so I took a coaching course. I started coaching staff. And I started saying, look, we need to hit targets. You need to focus on what you want out of this. Focus on who you want to be. And it was transformational. And but still restricted in the format and confines of an institution of the nursery world. I can't do this anymore. I need to be free. Because of what I was learning with them and seeing I think, no, you cannot be a coach unless you walk the walk, talk the talk. Walk the walk first and then talk the talk. I came out, and it was at a time where it was very difficult for me in my personal circumstances. We suffered a really big racial abuse at our house and had to be moved. So I basically was starting again from scratch. And I imploded first, all those memories of before the labels came back. And I hit rock bottom, really. That's just me really skimming the iceberg of how that journey went. But it was so destroying.
So was this your worst point? Was this your...
There have been a couple, because I've been homeless a couple of times. I've lived in other countries and been homeless. So, my life has always been, I've lived in adversity. I actually spent my life living in adversity and not recognising it because I was always too busy getting out of it. So I never had time to go, oh God, and that happened to me, and that happened to me. And not least of all, because when you talk about it like that, you're just going back there every time.
Because you're
you have to stop living that story. Amen. And so when I thought, I'm going to, I remember so clearly, I was living in a little flat. It was 2-bedroom. I had 2 kids, and they were like 12 and 11, sharing the same room at that age, going through puberty and adolescence. Tiny flat. And I said, we're going. We're getting out of here. And I packed up my whole house, boxes everywhere. I lived like that for a year because I knew. I started listening to Les Brown, and he gave me so much hope. And he made me cry all the time because he was talking my dream, and he was talking my language, and he was saying to me, Anne-Marie, these are not your circumstances, and you are not defined by this, and you can be anything you want to be. And honestly, Jen, I started believing it. I started believing it for myself because I didn't have anything else to believe in. Everything else had been taken away. I didn't have any other dream, so I had to make this a dream that was going to work. And I used to go walking. I used to get the kids to get the camera and film me, and people thought I was mad. It was really, because this was like 4 years ago, and personal development, I'd never heard of it before. So other people that I knew hadn't heard of it either, and they go, oh, you keep talking like this, all this empowerment stuff. What are you talking about? Come down the pub. And I'm like, I want more. I just want more. And I know they were laughing at me.
As you're growing, it's like there's a saying that you're the average of the 5 nearest people to you.
Absolutely.
And the way to get move from that is to become the lowest denominator in the height, like with another group of people, and start to be in that they can actually pull you up.
Grow your magic circle. It's one of the chapters in my book. Grow your magic circle. Definitely. Definitely. And unfortunately, one of the hardest things about leaving behind and moving up into those magic circles is extricating yourself from the one you're leaving behind. And normally, I know for most of the people that are watching, these are friends you've had for years. And they sometimes, they love you, but they love you in the way that you serve them. Like, you know, you're talking like that. It's really boring. I don't want to listen to it anymore. Do you really think you could be a life coach? Do you think you can earn a living out of being a life coach?
Yeah, I've had it from family. I've had it from friends from family from years ago, and they don't get it. They don't understand it. My mum all now, she doesn't understand it, well, which is understandable because she's from a different generation. One of my sisters, not sure what you do, Jen, but keep doing it. It's like, I don't get it, you know? But if you know where you're going and you've got your path and you know your vision, all you need to do is to keep in your lane. Just keep
absolutely.
Just keep going.
Another chapter of my book there, stay in your lane. So we really do. When you step on that first step of enlightenment, the good thing for everybody to know that's listening is that they are pretty much the same steps. We all do them in a different way, but we all make the same journey. We have to recognize and embrace the same things. Because that was, you know, success does leave clues, and everything that you know, we are living proof that you come out the other side. So if you're thinking about, do you know what, it is my time, absolutely. Do you know what, I've done it for everybody else. I've been a serving person, but I've been serving from just an empty cup. You know, I can do this because if I can do it, if I can do it with 3 children, no parents, no one to back me, in that tiny council flat, 3-4 years ago, then you don't have any excuse.
No, not at all.
And you know what I love about Lisa Nichols is one thing she says that I love this. I remember when I listened to this, and she says, I remember somebody said to me, Lisa, you're so famous, you're so cool. That's not even an American accent. Anyway, someone said this to her, and she said, no. She said, stop. I'm not taking what you're saying. Thank you for the compliment, but I'm not taking it. You know why? Because if I accept that I'm brilliant and I'm super and I'm cool, that lets you off the hook, because that allows you to say, yeah, she's like that because she is all those things. And you step back and go, but I can't be. I'm just the same as you. I did it, so you can do it. So no, I'm not letting you off the hook with that one. You have every opportunity that I had. And I really love that, because people do say, they're kind of in awe of you, and they go, yeah, but you know, you're so bubbly, I've not been born into circumstances that would render me bubbly. Trust me. I created me because I decided who I wanted to be.
We create our reality. Whatever's going on inside here, heart to head, head to heart, is like, this is whatever's going on in here shows up on the outside. The law of attraction thing is a bit of a misnomer thing, because I don't think you have to go out there and get. It's like, oh, when I get there, I'm going to have whatever I want. It actually all comes and generates from within inside us. Absolutely. And it's been scientifically proven as well in terms of the energies that we're putting out. You know, our heart field is like 60 times bigger than our head field. The electromagnetic field that's going on here is more than our head. We just need to tune our hearts in, and whatever comes in here is radiated outside, and then that attracts things into our vicinity. So we got to get our mind right in the first place, then dip it into our heart, and then it all comes out. So so tell me, all right, so continue with your story, because I'm still trying to find the point at which you got into entrepreneurship, where you got your business going.
So I did that. Focusing, manifesting, putting myself in that place. And then one day I got the call, we want you to go and see this house. It's out in the beautiful country. It's lovely where I live, actually. I'm very blessed. And people always come in and go, oh, I want to move here. I got this call, and I went to see it, and I was like, I went to see it, and I thought, it's beautiful, but it's in the middle of nowhere. And all of my limiting beliefs came in. You know, you're not very good driving at night. You know, how are you going to drive?
Oh, God.
What if one of the kids was sick? You couldn't drive them to hospital from here. All those dark lanes, that's not you, Anne-Marie. No, you need to go back to the city. And I was like, you know what? This is perfect for me now. Right now, this is perfect for me. If I need to move, it's a beautiful place to bargain with. I can move. I don't need to worry about the future. Right now, this is perfect. And that's what I started doing. I started making my decisions based on right now. And I did it. And I love it. I love it. And I drive out at night everywhere. And it reconfirms to me, see, look at that in it. And I'm going to talk about that because that's one of my really good pieces of advice that I would give people. So I'll leave that for later. But just don't think about how it makes you feel now. Feel the energy of now. Whatever decision you have to make, just ask yourself, your body will tell you straight away. You know, if that super good looking guy that you think is a bit of a rat bag and you go, is he the right one for me? Even if you're looking at him thinking, he is. Your heart, yeah, he is. Your loins might be saying, yeah, he is. In yourself, and you feel that in your stomach because you know.
There's always something. There's always that little, and we sometimes tend to ignore it.
We do ignore it.
Yeah, and then when
because our ego says, but he's going to look great on my arm, and he's going to look great in my photos. But we don't care about the heartache that we've got every night when we're crying, going, because you look great in my photos. Get your priorities right. You know, who's more important, your Facebook friends or your heart? Every time you go home crying because he actually is everything that you thought he was going to be because your heart told you and you ignored it.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about how we're feeling. Like our feelings are the most important thing. Emotion, our emotions, our feelings, our guts. Yeah, that's what is the most important thing that we need to receive. Actually, being human is a part of the journey, because we've come in with nothing. We come in as a blank canvas, and then we put all this stuff and adversity has been put in front of us. But then through that, the idea is that we actually grow through that. We actually grow through the adversity to get stronger and bolder. And if we don't, then that's when we stay at the bottom and we end up on the streets and we end up drinking and alcohol and all of that stuff. If we push ourselves through that adversity and grow through it, because God isn't going to give us more than we can handle anyway. You know, the universe isn't going to give us more than we can. And it's like through that adversity, it's like, okay, all right, like you
that's
just
my
said,
learning right there.
it's learning. Having to be able to drive at night, that was your learning. You needed to be able to do that, and that was a growth process. So and you're living in a beautiful place because you took that challenge. So fantastic. So next step, your journey into entrepreneurs. And
then I came out here and I started to be a clinical. So the biggest part of all of that journey, as you can imagine, there was lots of times when I felt uncertain, and all through those years, there was still a really big hole in my heart that couldn't be fixed or filled with anything. Nothing at all. And I didn't know how to close that bit. And I know it was the rejection and the abandonment of my childhood. And I just kept going back there, and it hampered my relationships and everything. And so I just thought, you know what, I'm going to deal with this once and for all. And I went to Scotland and I studied hypnotherapy intensively over a 4-month period, 7 days at a time. And I started to be a master clinical hypnotherapist with a guy called Matthew Ferguson, who is absolutely awesome. And there was a group of us, 11 of us. We still have a group now, and we learned how to be hypnotherapists, and it was fantastic because it was through immersion. We were like, well, I'm not learning anything. So it was just wicked. It was so good. And come back and I do it on the kids, and even the kids were like, "What are you doing?" and I thought, wow, this is amazing. And the first time that you do something that you've never done before that is out of the ordinary with somebody else is the most nerve-wracking time, isn't it? It's the first time you get in your car on your own after you pass your driving test. You're like, oh my gosh, I could kill someone. Right? The first time I did a hypnotherapy with a lady, I actually knew her. And she asked me to do hypnotherapy. She hadn't driven for 21 years.
Wow.
And she wanted to be able to drive again. So she wanted a refresher through hypnotherapy. I was like, yeah, I can do that. And so I thought, wow, this is one of those ones. It's not confidence. It's not empowerment. It's a tangible, I can drive or I can't drive.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've done a few of those, confidence boosts, had really good results. I thought, okay, this is it. This is the tangible one. So I did it with her, and I thought, the power of the mind is so awesome. I was like, she is going to drive, right? We went into my therapy room, which is down there. We came out, and I said, right, how you feeling? She went, I feel really good, Anne-Marie. I said, good, because you're going to drive me around the block. She went, really? What, in your car? I said, absolutely in my car. Absolutely. Let's go. She was like, you sure? I said, yeah, you know how to drive. You just said, she said, I was scared.
As you would be. Oh my God. Yeah.
And we got in the car, and I was like, oh, let's go to the bit on the road. And we were talking a little bit. I said, look, and she was, it all came back, because that's what hypnotherapy does. It resets you to where you left off.
Yes.
And she turned the corner left. She did it perfectly. And as we were driving along, I said, and the right turn was just coming up on the right. But because we'd been chatting, I didn't realise. I said, oh, quick right turn. She went, oh my God. And you know when you do something, it's like the stop thing, when they do stop.
Yeah,
you have
to stop in the test. Yeah.
She did that. And I said, look at that. Did you see how eloquently you just handled that immediate? I told you 2 seconds. She's like, I'm driving. Wow. I was like, yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's a video on my YouTube. You see her face. She is beaming. Like, that's just like amazing. And I thought, I love this. I love this transformation. I love seeing people's eyes. It gave me the same feeling. Yeah. You know, it's the same thing that I used to see in the children. It's for me, it's called awe and wonder. I used to see it in the children. When I used to teach them something new, they used to go. And now I was seeing it in my clients. Like, I said to her, you're driving. You just drove. You're a driver. And she was like, and I thought, there it is again. This is what I crave in my life. I need to see people doing that. I need to see people transforming before my eyes. I love that feeling of, you just amazed you. You're amazing, you know. And that's constantly what I do with so many different things. Some things that really do reduce me to tears, and I don't mind saying that. I'm a crybaby all the time. And a lot of the children will say, it's another video where I do a refresher of some hypnotherapy I've done with a set of twins. And I said, oh God, there's so many good ones. Then one little boy called Ben, I said, right, Ben, what is the one thing that you, out of all of this experience, that you still have to work on? He said, nothing. I can fly as high as a bird. And I just looked at him and he's like, he said, you crying? Said, no, my eyes are sweating.
Oh my God.
So beautiful, 6 years old. And he got the key to life. He got the key to life.
Fantastic.
Because from that place of knowing I can do anything that I want to do, and this particular boy, his confidence was so low that if a teacher told him he got a wrong answer, he used to run out of the class and go and hide in the playground.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I did 6 sessions with him. 2 of them was hypnotherapy. I had nothing, Anne-Marie. I can just fly like a bird. And I was just like, you're beautiful. Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
It sends chills over me. And I do that every time with my clients. That's the goal. That's my outcome. That's what I work with all the time. And in that process, within that process, as you know, everything is within. Yeah. And the magnificent healing that it's given me, knowing how valuable I am in this planet because of what I give, is, you know,
when you feel that you're worth something and you're changing people's lives, and the transformation that you're giving to other people is incredible. So this is when you started your business then? This is your... Yeah,
I started from there. That was like 2.5 years ago, and I just haven't looked back since. I started off just being a clinical hypnotherapist, and that was great, but then I thought, I want more, you know, because I'd already done the life coaching, and I thought, I want to create programs where you can go through the whole process of, you know, learning something new on the spot, and then thinking, right, I can do this now. What am I going to do with this new skill? Which is where the life coaching comes in. You're like, okay, so now I've got a whole area of possibility of who I can be now. Who am I going to be? And then I take that through that process of, right, what are you going to do with it? You've got what you want. What are you going to do with it? And then they go on to do that. And then obviously they have another session, because it's 3 sessions of hypnotherapy and 6 sessions of life coaching. So all along the way, they're in motion, until they get to the end. I do some energy alignment at the end so that they can navigate themselves going forward. And it's just awesome. It is really
incredible. And this is you being you, doing your thing, because it's so easy to just be another hypnotherapist because there's a ten a penny out there, but making it your thing is an ANNE-MARIE process. So tell us about your book, your flow book, and the 3 things you're going to tell us about
flow.
Stay in flow or be in flow.
Okay, so during my journey, obviously I never knew about flow. I was thinking about putting a program together. How am I going to describe what the feeling is that you want? I'm very outcome driven, you know, as well as the process, but the outcome is important because I want you to know what you're going away with. And I was thinking, what are they going away with? What, you know, you see all these lovely names that people put to these different things. You try to do enlightenment to happiness and beyond. And I was trying to think of this really cool name to give it. And I was thinking, how does it make you feel? You know, yeah, I just feel like I'm in flow. You know, you just go with it. I was like, flow. I was like, is that too short? And I just thought, no, Anne-Marie, because that's what it is. Everybody talks about, and now I can't stop hearing it. Everybody's talking about flow, being in a state of flow, going with the flow state. And I'm like, I never heard it before. Now I'm hearing it everywhere, but that's cool.
It's the activating reticular system, isn't it? The thing that you're focused on, the thing that's important.
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And it's cool. And so this, so it is a system. You know, there's 9 steps to achieving it, and they are the 9 steps as we was talking about. Stay on your path. Get a magic circle of friends around you. It's all of those things that I've put into this book, From Fear to Love, because From Fear to Love means for me, once upon a time, every decision I made was out of fear. Oh my gosh, this is going to happen to me. I really want this boyfriend to stay with me. I don't want him to leave me. I'm going to cling on to him because if I'm alone, I'm going to be alone forever. Oh my gosh, I've been left with a child and I'm on my own and no one's ever going to want me with another child. And constantly, you know, and if and I was very big, much bigger than this for a long time. And I was like, I want to lose weight. Yeah, but if I lose, this is the subconscious. Yeah, but if I lose weight, then people are going to find me attractive. And then I might have to go through having my heart broken again. No, I'm staying fat. You don't know it. This is what happens to your brain and you don't even know it. You think
that is a very common, it's a very common thought with large people, especially large women. Who think,
and they don't know it. They don't know that's what they think. And that's, I do a lot of work with ladies who are larger, and I explain to them, this is the thought process that your subconscious is going through, because not your subconscious, your conscious, because it wants to take you to that place of safety. And that place of safety is don't let it. And also it's a barrier. Weight is a barrier to keep people further away. You know, as I'm losing weight, I'm doing a keto diet. That's another whole thing I'm doing. But I can find I'm cuddling people and they're closer to me. It's so cool. What that feels like.
There's got to be a payoff for losing the weight, rather than thinking of the negative when you were like slim. What's the payoff? There's lots of got to be payoffs when you actually get there. There's rewards more than.
That's exactly what I was talking to one of my clients about yesterday. I said, when you're thinking about losing, if you're thinking about the things that you're gaining, like I can go in the kitchen. This is amazing. This is amazing because I've never been able to do this in all of my life because of the way I felt about myself. But now, because I'm so empowered, because I've done this flow program, I wrote it because I did it. Now I can go in the kitchen and I see the Twixes there and I go, yeah, I could have that. But you know what? In another month, imagine how much better this is going to look. And the particular diet I'm doing, I'm in the place to do this. And it's just like, it doesn't bother me. I don't think anymore what I'm losing. I think what I'm gaining. I've got this wonderful weight. I've got this fantastic energy. I can fit into all the clothes that I used to want to fit into. I can hug people closer. So many wonderful things. So I don't ever think of what I'm losing. There's too much that I'm gaining. Really.
Yeah, when I talk to clients who were wanting to lose weight, the lose thing, the lose word is like a negative, and we get into this panic about losing. We don't want to. It's a fear of loss. We don't want to lose anything. So I
more rejection.
Weight management. So that gives them control. It's like, hey, so I can actually manage my weight. I can manage it up and I can manage it down. There's nothing to do with losing. I'm in control of this weight thing. So and we have to get into the psyche. It's a whole pattern, and plus it's an industry. There's an industry behind the whole thing about the weight loss, and it's like, it's actually not designed to make you lose weight. It's designed to make you like buy more products, really.
I mean, I just thought that when you were saying that, I think the most important thing that you have to do, and it takes time and it takes investment and it's not easy, so I'm not going to lie to you, but is you have to condition your mind to love yourself. It's conditioning. It's because you've been living a life of social conditioning with or without your consent. You've been living that life. So now you have to invest in it. You have to be your own teacher and start conditioning your mind to accept and achieve and receive self-love all the time. Check yourself, catch yourself. So that is one of the, that's part of the journey. That's part of the flow journey of understanding what's held you back, so that you can, because again, it's about the loss thing. All of these things that you're going to go through, you're going to feel like, you're going to lose certain friends, but it's not. It's about gaining that clarity to invite friends in that are so much useful to you. So, everything is about what you're going to gain, and nothing is about releasing You know, not letting go, but releasing. And it is letting go. But if you're releasing it, it allows you to embrace so much more.
Yeah. And the thing about releasing or decluttering, as I call it, is that the universe does not like a vacuum. So if there's an empty space, something's going to slip in there. So if you're going to let old bad habits get in, or old friends get back in there, then that's up to you. Or you could fill it with new friends and fill it with new habits or whatever. But can't have the space. You've got to fill it with something.
Love that.
So don't think that you're going to lose. Don't think you're going to lose anything. You're going to gain more than you're going to lose. Yeah, because you can't.
Because I had a client, right, and she was an alcoholic when she came to me, and she was an alcoholic and she couldn't control her 2-year-old child, who she said she's in charge, and a couple of other things to do with her husband. We had this session, and we had about 4 sessions, and we let go of it all. And she said, "I feel empty." I said, "That's because you are." I said, "That's because you are. You're feeling this sense of loss because you are empty. All that stuff that was driving you has now gone. Now's the time you start putting stuff in that you want. Now's the time when you start recreating. And if you don't do that, someone else will fill it for you very, very quickly." Because people are like that, aren't they? They like to foist themselves, their opinions on you, what they think you should be doing. So you have to very quickly fill that void up to make sure that the job's been done and it's worthwhile.
Fantastic. And talking about the self-love, filling yourself up with self-love first, it's like the oxygen mask scenario. Fill yourself up with self-love first, and then give the overflow. Not any of your own self-love, you give the overflow to anybody else. Because what we tend to do, especially as women, we're taught to give. We're supposed to love everybody and give everybody and nurture everybody else, but we're never actually taught to nurture our own selves at all, or fill ourselves up with anything. So the self-love piece that you've got there going on is really, really key, but then the overflow goes to everybody else, which is amazing. So the book, what's the so you got what's the chapters, what's the process in the book?
Oh gosh, the chapters in the book, so I know one of them, it's gone to print now, so it's been a while since I actually finished it. But I know when I was going through it, there was the stay in your lane, letting go. Here we are. Oh gosh, sorry, that's not very cool, is it? Let me think off the top of my head. I love this one. Wear it, use it, throw it away. That for me was one of the most important. You're talking about decluttering. That was for me was one of the biggest lessons that I learned, is that don't keep holding on to things for best. Don't do it, because today is your best. Today is your best. If you want to go upstairs and put a pink frilly frou-frou on with a nice glittery leotard and lovely hoop earrings and some orange stilettos, and you are looking fly, do it, right? Don't wait for the party, because the party is today. And when I learned, like now, look, I'm wearing this, and the worst thing is, again, this is about your magic circle. I used to dress how I wanted, very flamboyant. I used to wear a lot of hats. And my friends would say to me, "Oh, Anne-Marie, we're going to this club. What are you wearing?" You know how girls do. "What are you wearing?" And I go, "Well, I'm going to wear my orange, and I'm going to have the big bow in it. I've got this long black cloak and these long." And they go, "Oh, can't you wear something normal?" And I go, "Why?" And they go, "Because then I can just, And I go, "What do you want to do? I'm not asking you."
No.
But they think that I would. A lot of people.
You can't.
The way I looked is going to impact on who they are. But I don't care if they were wearing that. If I chose to wear all black and they were frou-froued out, I know who I am, and I'm not bothered. In fact, I celebrate you because you look magnificent.
Yeah.
You do not dim my light. In fact, you enhance my light. But so many people feel that your friends do reflect you, but if you don't have that confidence, then you don't need to be in my circle. If you don't have any confidence to walk with me with my fromage frais hat on, then you clearly don't need to be in my circle. And I stopped that, and I decided, wear what I want, use it every day. Because I've got a whole wardrobe stuff up there where I'm actually getting into now, but I kept it for like 12 years because I was like, one day I'm going to fit that. But but really and truly, in 12 years' time, some of that stuff I'm like, that's so old-fashioned. I don't want to wear it now. Anyway, and it doesn't inspire you to lose that weight because you keep thinking, I haven't got to buy new clothes because it's all up there. Whereas if you chuck all of that out, and say to yourself, by the time you get to wherever you want to get to, size 12 or whatever it is, go and buy yourself a whole new wardrobe.
Yeah. Okay. What are the 3 things you're going to tell us about flow?
3 things.
Yeah.
Right. Most important, learn to listen to yourself. That's for me is the most important. They're in your voice, and this is how you can do it. This is a really good exercise for how you can learn to listen to yourself. Take 15 minutes every day. Sit down in a space where it's clear, where you won't get any distractions. Close your eyes. Have a pen and a pad ready with you, and just sit and listen to the voices that you hear in your head, because you will hear them. And they might be very, very busy, first of all.
Yeah.
And just make a practice of writing down everything that you hear. And then when you finish that 15 minutes, you can set your phone timer. Just go back and have a look and see how many of those words or phrases or sentences are actually empowering you, and how much disempowering you. And I think what you'll find in a minute is a good percentage of those words and phrases are very disempowering, because that's your inner critic who, love him or her, is there to protect you, but it's not very developmental.
No.
And I'm afraid you have to sack them, and you have to employ your inner coach. And your inner coach is the one that says things like, you know what, you can do this. You remember the last time you did it really well. Your inner coach is the one that notices all the things that you did in the past that were magnificent that you forgot because your inner critic was telling you, yeah, I know you might have done that, but don't you remember when that bit went wrong?
Yeah.
That's what we tend to do, is focus backwards on the things that went wrong, instead of just focusing on the things, your resources of what you do well, and start listening to that inner coach. Start listening more and more and more. You'll get good practice. After about 2 weeks, you'll start to hear the coach more and the critic less. And when you hear the critic say, I thought you were sacked.
I love it. Yeah, the critic's there it's designed to keep you safe, designed to protect you. It's doing its job. Say thank you so much. You've done a job. A good job so far. It's time for you to go now. So I love it. Absolutely love it.
But when they can stay, but you just say, look, if you've got nothing nice to say nothing at all. So that's the listen to yourself. Gosh, wow.
Number 2.
Learn your self-worth and value. This is huge. This is so huge. There are so many books that you can go and buy that will empower you to make this journey to self-love. One of them I would recommend is Mirror Work, Louise Hay. She was amazing.
Yes.
From Hay House. And Lisa Nichols, I think I've got a copy here. Lisa, you better be giving me some
commission, girlfriend.
Yes, that's Abundance Now. Really brilliant. Really practical exercises to work through and to get you to the point of where I am now. I can say that. I'm not even boasting. I'm proud to say I am at that person where I'm at that stage where I love me. I really do love me. I love everything about me, all the bits and bobbles. I love them all. And, you know, the most powerful exercise for me was sitting in the mirror and actually looking at myself for 15 minutes without looking about makeup and anything else, about blemishes, but looking in my eyes.
Yeah, I did that. And
I saw someone totally new.
Yeah.
I'd never met her before.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
There was one point where I actually cried because I hadn't seen this person. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is what people are seeing.
Isn't it? It's beautiful.
It's so funny how you look in the mirror and you're not seeing you. You're just putting the makeup on. Does it look like
you're looking through you instead of to you? And you know what? At that moment, and this is another exercise I would ask you to do. It's really quite difficult, first of all, but looking at myself, I recognised how grateful I am for the journey that myself had made with me. So, you know, big bones, big body, all of that. Thank you for always being there for me. Thank you that you wake up with me every morning. You've never got anything bad to say to me. Thank you that you can. I can swing my legs over the bed. Thank you that even when other people have said things to me that have really hurt me, you've stuck by me. And you know, in this journey of talking to myself, I'm going to tell you this. This is quite bizarre. So I walk around here every single day, and I've actually called my inner self a name. Her name is Serenity.
Serenity.
Wow. Because she's the mellow, calm side of me.
Yeah,
you were walking.
Yeah.
You were walking around this block, and I was walking along. It was so bizarre. And I said, I want to have a conversation with my higher self, Serenity. So I put some headphones on and I listened to some music, some higher self music, and everything went in slow motion. Everything went in slow motion, and all the apple blossoms on the tree looked so beautiful. I was walking and I heard a voice, and it was her voice, and she said, "That's us. That's us.
Wow.
That's us." Totally connected with everything around me.
Yeah, yeah.
And I carried on, and everything I saw that was beautiful, blades of grass and things that were shimmering and leaves. And she was saying, "That's us. That's us." I was crying. This was so emotional for me. If you haven't done this work, you wouldn't understand it. When you do it, you'll get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And I walked all the way for about 45 minutes. And then as I was going along, I started thinking, because I didn't have a car at the time, I started thinking, my inner critic crept back in and said, "Oh yeah, don't forget, you got to get a car. You know, how are you going to do that? You haven't got any money." All that sort of stuff. And I said, "It's not a problem. It's going to be sorted. It's not a problem."
Yeah.
And Serenity said, "There you go." And I said, "Hold on a minute. I just worked something out. I just said to myself, I want to hear my inner critic, and she came. If I can manifest her, I can manifest anything I want." She said, "Exactly."
Yes.
And I started laughing out loud because it was so profound. She said, "Exactly." And I was like, that means anything I want in the future, I can have. And she went, "I've been trying to tell you that all along." And it was like hilarious. Isn't that bizarre? Isn't it? But that's really happened to me.
It is not bizarre. It is actual reality. It's actual fact, because people, when you get to because I work with soul conscious people, they're really into, like yourself, otherwise you wouldn't be on this show. It's like people who are really in touch with their soul.
Yeah.
And they want to connect with the greatest version of themselves.
Yes.
And the talking and the connection with their higher selves and God or whatever that may be.
Yeah.
That connection is not bizarre at all. It's where we are. That's what we do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's reality. Yeah.
It was just the first. It just made me laugh because I thought I was laughing as if I was like, why didn't you speak up? And she's like, "I've been trying to tell you all the time." We had a moment, me and Serenity. Thanks, Serenity.
Oh my God,
so that's the one. Listen to yourself, and I think that was it. Wasn't it? Learn to listen to yourself. One more.
Learn to your self-worth and self-value, and the third one
is
super
big, super big. This really is what started me on my journey of soul connection, understanding I am the creator, co-creator of my destiny, and actually seeing what I want to create coming to fruition quicker and quicker and quicker, because I understand this. And this was the hardest lesson for me to learn, because it really involves facing your biggest fears.
Yeah.
And it's simple.
Yeah.
It's just 2 simple words. But it just means so much. Let go.
Oh.
Just let
Oh my
go.
God.
And that just applies to let go of those people that you don't want anymore. Let go of those memories that don't serve you. Let go of the outcome of what you always want. Let go of the past. Let go of the future even.
Yeah.
Just now. Now.
And
all of those things, you can make your plans, you can write your manifestation books, but even then, you write them, let go. Trust in you, trust in your serenity, trust in your awesome power, trust you enough to let go. That's the biggest lesson I could ever say to anybody. And it sounds so simple to do, but actually, the part where you get stuck is what you need to start doing is catching your thoughts, because your inner critic is going to be really hard to get rid of. He doesn't like being sacked. No, he doesn't like, not knowing that he's not able ever to come back again. Yeah, because he will fight you.
He thinks he's doing a good job.
Yeah. So, I've been with you all of those years. I stopped you trying for that job and getting rejected. I stopped you from going up to that boy and asking for his phone number because he would have said no anyway. I stopped you doing all of those things. And this is how you repay me? You kicked me out for her? Serenity? Who is she?
Who is she? I remember that. My phrase is let go and let God.
Amen. Praise the Lord.
Let go and let God. Yeah. I think I wrote a blog about that. Let go and let God.
I've written a blog about it too. Let go and let God. I did it on LinkedIn. That's true.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, I've got to dig it out. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Oh, actually, I revisit it very often in terms of when I do my business soul shift principles, because they're very similar to your flow process. It's like 9 success principles. It's all.
Well, they have to be, don't they?
Yeah,
because
because
we know what we're talking about.
as you said at the beginning, there's a process that people go through who become successful. Success leaves clues. And I put
Absolutely.
all of these principles together to,
Yes.
like, from all these gurus, and I've worked them myself, and I get to the end and I work
Yes.
it again and I work it again and I work with the clients, and it's like building a muscle. You have to keep
Yes.
it over and over, because your inner critic, as you say, comes in and starts trying to hang on to its job.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you have to say, no, thank you, not
Yeah.
today, or
Yeah.
go away or whatever.
There's
And then,
plenty of other people who need that job. You don't need to be with me.
just oh my God, it's so cool. It's so cool. Fantastic. Okay, so I'm very mindful of the time.
Yes.
And I know that you're a busy woman. And is there, could you just tell us if you've got something coming up that, people can get involved with, like a workshop or something?
Yeah, I have. So I've got a workshop coming up on the 18th of May at the Derugement Manor, darling.
Oh, darling.
A really lovely venue. It's got a massive big swimming pool. You're not going to be swimming, but it's just a really beautiful venue. It's a wedding venue, actually.
Okay.
And the reason why I wanted somewhere really beautiful is because this is going to be a beautiful experience. It's going to be a beautiful transformation. And what I've done, so, when you work with me on the full one-to-one program, it's like 9 sessions. So I've tried to condense them as much as possible and put it into a group setting. Yeah. And obviously you won't get as much in terms of the one-to-one personal feedback, but it's 5 hours. And you can have lunch with me. Lovely. Really nice food.
And you get the borrowed
day together
as well. You get the borrowed.
You get the book. You get the book as a workbook. Okay, so you get quite a few things actually. You get the book so that you can always refer back and remember how your journey was. You get the workbook during the masterclass so that you can write notes down, so that you can go away and you can do extra work, because you're going to want to do that. You're not going to be able to take in all this information in one day. But you can write your notes, and the workbook has all the different sections and the feedback of how you felt about it, how it made you feel at the time. And this is something really beautiful, because in the future, when you see how your knowledge has grown you and how you're able to react to situations differently, how you're able to respond in a measured, calm way, not the way that you used to be able to, you start notice what you notice. You'll notice those little changes in you. You'll be like, wow. And one day you'll put this book up, probably in about 6 weeks to 8 weeks, and you'll go, look what I wrote there. Look how sad I was. Look who I thought I was. How I marginalised how I limited myself in a short time, a very short time. You will look back and think, I don't recognise this person, because I have blossomed and bloomed, and I love that. So that's your keepsake of your journey, and the book as well, which has got so much stuff in it. I mean, come on, it's like 37 years of my life packed into this book. And I love it. I love it. It's just a little pocket guide, whenever what it would be really good for is to put in your handbag, and when you're feeling I can't do this, I can't handle this, I can't, look at it and open it and read, and I bet you something on that page will just jump out of you and say to you, yes, you can.
Yes.
And I've written yes, you can on every page. No, I haven't.
You're going to teach us how to tell Serena to tell us, yes, you can.
Serenity, yes, absolutely, yes. And also there is so when you sign up for the workshop, you get a free CD, which is an MP3 which you download, and it's called Empower Yourself. And this is actually what I use with my clients to get them into the mindset of, I can do anything. And it's such a lovely, lovely hypnotherapy. I'm not even going to tell you about it because I don't want to spoil it, but when you hear it, you feel like a superstar. That's what I'm going to say. You will feel like a real, proper superstar.
Fantastic. Great. Because we all are anyway. So,
yes. Amen.
Amen. Great. So that's the 18th of May, and it's the what's it called? The Beef Flow.
At the Derugement Manor in Worley. Yeah. I've got a link, which is, the link to the website is so easy. It's ultimateflow.org. That's it.
Yeah. I'm going to put that on the caption part of the recording. Yeah. People see that as we're speaking. Yeah. My YouTube, they'll see that as well.
I will put the link on rather than the website, because the website's got the whole program. It's nice, but it's probably better if you can take people straight there so they don't have to wade through. I want them to get that instant access so that they can just connect with it straight away.
Fantastic. So have you got any freebies that people can get to know you with, like any offers or whatever that you've got to, like?
Do you know what? I do newsletters. occasionally when I get the time. So, so to get you, so if you sign up with me, I can give you, maybe I could give you that free Empower Yourself CD. I think that might be quite a nice touch, mightn't it? And then you'll get to have an experience of what you will feel like magnified 1,000 times when you sign up for the masterclass. So yeah, that could, yes, you'll be welcome to have that empowerment CD once I give you the link of how to log on, sign up, and then you get the information.
Fantastic, fantastic. And if people actually mention BE,
yes,
then you'll know where it's come from, so that you can be.
That will be brilliant. Yes, so I can feed back to you, because we know that so many, we're going to be inundated now, so you're going to have to act fast.
Yes, indeed. Fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. So, have you got one word of wisdom to speak to our
audience? Can I have two?
You can have 2 or 3 or 4, whatever. Just
my 2 words of wisdom.
Some advice. Yeah.
Yeah. I really want you to stay in this moment with me, because this is, again, it's always the simplest things that really transform us, because we can grasp them so much easier. For me, being me, be present. That's it. Be present, because it takes practice. Don't miss the most wonderful opportunities and experiences that you have in your life by fast forwarding to where you should be, or relating back to how this compared to this time. Be present. What does being present really mean and feel like? You know, when you go to your best friend's house and you haven't seen her for ages, and she's a really good friend, and you really connect and vibe together, and once you put that cup of tea down, you go, right, what's been happening? And they go, and you look outside and you go, I do this all the time. The children, shh. I pick the children up late all the time, because I get lost in that moment of being present, having so much fun, enjoying that person's energy, that company, lifting each other up, honestly. And it's not just my friends, to be honest. I can do it in Sainsbury's with the little old lady sitting next to me. I can do it with anybody, because I love building people's energy. I love that two-way flow. It's a two-way flow. And I can take someone from, to actually, and I love that. So just live it. Be present.
Be present. Be present. Be you. And this has been an amazing Be You interview. I love it. Thank you so much. An absolute amazing guest. So fun.
You're welcome.
So just such an inspiration from what you've gone through, and just to be sitting here smiling and loving life and being large, and just being present, being you. Love it so much for your time, Anne-Marie.
Thank you, Jennifer.
The workshop coming up. Good luck with the launch of the book, and anything I could do to help you to spread things around, I'm there for you as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you so, and we will get to have our one-to-one. It's happening, coming.
Yeah. Fabulous. Just a bit of bigging myself up, and the Business Love Academy, which is what I run, which I'm the founder of. If you have something that you are passionate about and you want to build your business from the inside out, sharing your love for what you do, and get some support from a group of rising superstars like yourself, then the Business Love Academy is the right group for you. We work through spiritual practices and practical strategies to embody the business, my 9 business soul shift principles, which we were talking about earlier, the 9 business soul shift principles, to help you shift from fear to love, which is similar to Anne-Marie's from fear to love, but I talk about a shift. And we shift from fear to love to become the best version of ourselves and change the world, so we can make money, make an impact, and make the world a better place. So if you want more information about all of that, the information will be down below somewhere. And so just get in contact with me, comment in the description, comment in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. I always forget to say this. Subscribe to this channel. And thank you so much, Anne-Marie, and see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much. Remember to be you.